There is so much being covered in this video, so let's just roll the intro. Before we get into all the juicy details, just want to say greatly thank you for all the continued support, and if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you hit subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, as it does help me out significantly. First thing on the list of announcements, the thing I called and was super happy about, Turbopolsa is actually officially signed to Team Envy. I talked about it in a previous video recently that I wanted Envy to make sure they were doing literally everything in their power to make sure that they get Turbo, because he seems to be a very good fit for the roster. His veteran experience should carry through to the rest of the team, and overall, just he's the four-time. Like, how do you not do everything in your power to pick up the most goated player in Rocket League history? The guy continuously proves that he is enough to make teams that have hard times winning get the victory. He did it with RGE in the World Championship last season, and then he did it with Envy in the Brawl. So massive congrats to Envy finding a new home for Turbo. I know they're going to take good care of him. As many of you know, CorruptedG has been subbing in for Turo while he is on vacation, and a lot of people thought it was a tryout as stated, but something that I've known actually about for quite a while, CorruptedG is going to be becoming their coach. It was announced late last night that CorruptedG is officially signed on and will be helping coach Turo, First Killer, and Kronovi. The benefit of him doing this is he has actually been helping out the team not only on the field but also off the field. So a familiarity that has been going on for a long time. This is something I've actually had to keep secret for quite a while, as he has sat in the Discord for the Brawl Invitational back in May. CorruptedG bringing along veteran experience not only as a pro but also as someone that may be able to help with the mental side, as he is on the older side of the age group. I think it's a phenomenal fit for Gabe, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the team. If you guys didn't see the news, Guild Esports was launched, and it is in partnership with David Beckham as the co-owner. The headquarters is going to be in London, UK, and is, quote, going to be a pipeline based on the traditional academy model. In football or soccer for us Americans, there is a systematic approach to how they develop and find new talent. A lot of football clubs do their best to basically foster new talent by starting them at a very young age. They go out, they scout in all over the world or locally, depending on what happens, and they take these players and put them in an academy and just constantly work at them over and over again at a very young age, to the point where it's all they know. And it feels like they're going to be starting to take esports to a different approach. We talked a lot about this on my stream today, and a lot of different thoughts that came with it. And there's many facets to how this plays out. A lot of our concerns are how young are they actually going to go, whether they have a team or not already. I've heard rumors that they have already picked up a team, and what that team may be might be in line with some things I've talked about in the past. Without giving away too many details, this is a pretty big advancement and might change the entire ecosystem of esports if more football clubs and football players kind of take this approach. Not only is David Beckham known for the ability to obviously play the sport, but more importantly, the way that he handles his branding. David Beckham is probably one of the most successful players at getting his image out there and being associated with major names in the sponsorship space. So the ability to take that and translate that over to a team is, to me, a very big deal. And it could do a lot of things for the company's branding and everything else that he can provide, not only as partially an owner, but someone that says he's going to be trying to do his best when it comes to bringing in kind of a training regimen and showing how he can possibly benefit the team. I'm curious to see how that's going to translate. Obviously, sports and esports are totally different. But if a name like this is helping back, I think it's just going to take the esport to another level. And that's what I talk about, that transcendence of David Beckham is involved in esports. David Beckham is this person that we've known and done sponsorship deals and all this kind of stuff. And if he's involved, maybe we should start taking it seriously. So I hope it allows these guys to continue to be considered athletes, not for the fact that they are. I guess that's a whole different conversation on whether I view esports players as athletes or not. I think the physical aspect being gone is kind of a weird determination, but I do agree for legal purposes, calling them esports athletes does a lot of things with getting healthcare and being provide insurance and a lot of different things that come with the visa and the ability to obtain work visas when you are considered an actual athlete. So I think these are a lot of really interesting discussion pieces. Maybe I'll try to fully fledge this one out, but this is a really big deal. At the core, they want to do more of a systematic approach with developing talent and finding people and basically harboring them in their facilities and training them until they are ready to compete legally and at the right age limit. So I think this is a really cool concept, and the ability to invest this much time and effort into a player maybe we'll just see a bunch of Shrouds running around with godlike aim, and they're all coming from the same facility. I think sky's the limit on this situation. I think it's a huge risk, but at the same time, someone has to take that risk and see if it pans out, and credit for them doing that. The targeting for the initial funds, £25 million. That is a lot of money. Not only is Rocket League on the radar, but also FIFA and Fortnite, so we'll see how that all plays out. Again, not trying to give too many hints away, but I have a feeling we'll be seeing this team relatively soon. Probably the juiciest announcement out of all of these is the fact that Psyonix has announced partnership with Rival Esports to bring what is called The Field. Also, before I go over the post and all the details, an important thing to note. A Reddit post in regarding to the new announcement, one of the people in the comments named ArmBubble had this to ask. Quote, is this a part of the new RLCS system rewarding point? Or is this another beautiful community tournament? Either way, this is a huge positive. Psyonix Ian, one of the core members and the esports community manager, part of the team from Psyonix, said this isn't connected to the RLCS. A couple thoughts I have about this. First and foremost, that new format, that new thing was leaked. It has not officially been announced from Psyonix yet. So this could be a business answer from Ian saying it's not a part of it because it hasn't been announced yet. On the other side, it could also be confirming that this is a thing that is coming and that he is saying that this has no involvement with it, which just means that there's so many tournaments that are going to be going on that I have no clue how we're going to be able to keep track of it, but I'm fucking excited. It's going to be sick. Anyway, into all the details. As I scroll through this website, you should see a lot of different things, but to summarize what this is, it is a partnership with Rivals Esports to bring more of a six-man's-esque situation. To break down the format and everything, I'm going to try to do this in order as I scroll through, but a link to this will be down in the description, so if you would like to further indulge, you can do so. The format is going to be all best of 5 matches with scores reported to a Discord bot or server, which also must supply a replay file for proof. Currently, the field is only going to be PC, but there is implementations that they assume once things go well for not only console, but also additional regions outside of North America and Europe. There's going to be 3 divisions, and Division 1 is going to have 20 teams, 10 from the RLCS, 6 from the RLRS, and then 4 that end up qualifying. In Division 2, it is going to be open qualifiers for anybody who is Grand Champ in standard 3v3 game mode, and it is going to be limited to 20 teams. In Division 3, there are going to be teams that didn't qualify for Division 2, and players who have left teams in Division 1 and 2 can form teams to play in Division 3. All divisions are going to be subject to a promotion relegation system, and Division 1 and 2 happen at the beginning of each season. So at the beginning of the first month, promotion relegation is going to happen. My favorite thing about this promotion relegation system is you are not playing for it. At the beginning of every single season, if you find yourself in the bottom or the top spots, you promote. There is no vote system. There is no committee. It is literally your performance being dictated by stats and numbers, so there is no bias shown. That is probably one of my biggest issues with the 6-man system. And I love the fact that it is simply, you have an MMR, you play your matches, and based upon your performance throughout this time, determines if you move up or if you get demoted. And I absolutely love it. The number of promotion relegations rely on a list of factors by which is decided by tournament admins. I wish I had more details about what some of those variety of factors are going to be, but we're just kind of waiting to see how that plays out. Either way, I'm interested to see how that plays differently from tournament organizer to tournament organizer and with the different admin roles. Promotion relegation is going to be a little bit different though for Division 2 and 3, where it will happen twice a season, once on the first of the month and once halfway through the month. The way the promotion relegation is going to work is if you are in the bottom 4 Division 4 and if you are in the top 4 for Division 3, you essentially swap roles. To break down the season and how the schedule and the prizing and everything works, for the seasons, they will officially start on August 1st and they will last exactly 1 month. Before Season 1 begins though, open trials for a period starting sometime mid-July will occur, and teams begin with exactly 1,000 ladder points in their division. Points are then earned and gained based upon difficulty of the opponent, which is similar to every other ladder system. If you've ever played like a mobile game with a rank system, it is me at 1,000 points, you at 1,050 points. If I end up beating you, I gain more points than another opponent I would play if they also had 1,000 points. So things are weighted based upon how difficult the opponent is. My favorite thing though about the way that you gain points is they also talk about something called power hours, where at least once a week there will be a place and a time where teams are incentivized to play as much time as possible, and ladder points during that time will actually be doubled. So if you are looking to grind, and I assume they're going to do it probably on like weekends when people are more available, But if your team is like, hey, we need to make up some points so we avoid this, end of the season kind of relegation and we're in the bottom spots, you may find these guys grinding super hard, and it may work better. It may work against them. So I think it's really exciting to incentivize players to play in a specific time frame. As for the schedule, the season, like I said, begins on the 1st, and teams are filtered into a correct division based upon their promotion relegation rules. And then on the 15th, that promotion relegation will happen for divisions 2 and 3. And then again at the end of the month, when the season concludes, prizing is being awarded. Prizing totals are 10,000 across the board, 7,000 Division 1, 2,000 to Division 2, and 1,000 to Division 3. And all those splits and how much exactly can be found in the post and should be showing on your screen. And last but certainly not least, the official details for Beyond the Summit Rocket League has been announced for the Summer Shuffle. Everything is going to be going down on July 7th. It's going to be a group stage with 8 teams over 2 days. Where it'll be 2 groups of 2, and they'll be playing in best of 5s in a double elimination format. After they figure all that, the top 3 from each group, so only 1 team being eliminated from each group, leaving us at 6 total, will then move on into the playoffs. The playoffs will also be 2 days with a double elimination bracket where all the games are best of 5, where the winner final, loser final, and grand finals are all best of 7. I assume this is going to be another online event, so we're not going to get to see the players interact like we normally would, but I am curious to see on what they do for broadcast talent, as well as if they bring in any fun things like Mafia, as well as rock, paper, scissors competitions. But as of right now, it doesn't look like it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about all the details that are in this video, I know there's a lot of them. Links to everything can be found in the description down below. But if you guys do have those questions, make sure you guys drop those comments down below, and I will do my best to answer everything, maybe in a follow-up video or just by replying. As always, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have yet to do so already, make sure you guys hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the daily content. That is going to wrap it up for me. And if you guys would like, we'll be live later on Twitch today. Twitch.tv/Lawler. Come hang out with us. We'll be answering questions and hanging out and talking about all the new things, especially some of these new roster additions. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.